All right, so I got one more story about this whistleblower that was on the
All right.
Sean Ryan podcast. This one got me though. This one fucked me up. Like this one, I was like, damn, I don't know. I believe it. I think I believe it. I don't know if I wholeheartedly believe it
You
yet.
want to believe it.
I want to believe this one. This one's good. This one's fucking good. Are you ready?
I'm pumped. Let's go.
So this guy, Michael Herrera. He's in the military, but he was specifically a Marine, I believe. This happened to him in 2009. They were in Indonesia, and he got selected to sort of do this, what's it called? This mission, right? I don't remember the details of the mission, but anyways, him and 5 other Marines had to go to this island in Indonesia. So they get there, and there's these helicopters flying over them, and the helicopters are carrying like these big
Pallets or shipping containers.
Yeah, like containers. So these helicopters are flying over them, one after another, carrying these containers. So they're like, "Yo, what the fuck's going on? Like, let's go to where they're taking them because it was close by. See what the fuck's going on." So they had to go up like this hill. Sorry, you just shared something with me.
This is Michael. This is the article relating to your story. So keep telling your story. I just put it up.
Okay. Oh, holy fuck. This might be it. Yeah, this is it. Holy fuck. Okay. So now I'm not going to get every detail right about this story because, I mean,
You're an idiot.
yeah, I'm forgetting some of the details, but I'm going to try and do my best here. So they start going up this hill, about 200-300 meters, he says. And they just are starting to get over the hill, and they can see like there's like a dip down, right? And they see something, this fucking thing. That's basically what they see. This weird thing sort of just hovering in the air. And the noise that it's making it's like if you were to turn on a speaker, you just get like that white noise, like that sound. And they don't really know what the fuck they're looking at because they're still sort of far away from where this thing is. So they start walking a little bit closer, and they get to maybe 150 meters away from it. And as they're getting closer, they meet up with people from that site, and they kind of look like military as well, sort of, but they're all like blacked out, like black hat, black vest, black everything. And then they have like all
were those like men? Were they men in black?
Yeah, men in black. And they were dressed like, like advanced, like military with all the brand new technology, brand new guns, everything top notch, but everything was just black, no name tags, no symbols, nothing, right?
Just
said, what's that?
Like just letters?
Just letters?
No, like letters, like J or K.
No, nothing. He said nothing. He said he was unable to identify them at all. And there was a bunch of them, a lot more of them than they. In that article, it says a team of 6. I remember him saying it was a team of 5. But anyways, it's a minor detail.
When we trekked down and got around 150 to 200 meters from it, all of a sudden we were engaged, at least not in a hostile manner, at least, not gunfire or firefight or anything like that. But the way that these guys moved was so fluid, it was so still, it was very, very, very smooth. And the gear that they had was black OTV vests. They had black camouflage utilities.
What you're saying is there would have been no they were professionals.
Yeah, and that's where you kind of picked up the hum that this object was doing along with these guys flipping their safeties off, especially M4s. It's very distinct sound. And they started yelling at us. "You're not supposed to fucking be here. What the fuck are you guys doing here? Who the fuck are you with?" At one point, they said they were going to smoke us. They could throw us out of a helicopter. It's very easy to get lost in the jungle out here. They kept saying stuff like that. They're having 2 guys watch while there's a guy basically taking our magazines out of our vest. They actually knew where our military IDs were because in Marine Corps order, you have to have them in your left breast pocket. So as they're searching us, we're watching this thing happen. And that's when we started seeing trucks come from our left and go onto this platform. And they were up armored 350s. I know exactly what 350s are.
And he's sort of, and Michael Herrera is still looking at like this fucking thing that he doesn't really know what it is, but it's like turning ever so slowly like this, and it's hovering, right? But it's not moving up and down. It's just in one spot, and he can just hear that noise. And the guys approach them, and they're pissed off. They're like, "Yo, what the fuck are you guys doing here?" They're threatening to kill them. They're taking their guns. They have he said that they had like American accents. They were very professional. It looked like they done this before. They were just like really good at maneuvering the situation and trying to get them the fuck out of there. Meanwhile, they're threatening to kill them. And meanwhile, Michael is just captured by this fucking thing, right? Then he says a door, like a flapped open like this from this floating object. And those containers that the helicopters were bringing were being loaded into that craft. Because at this point, he's like, yeah, it's looking like a fucking spaceship, right?
Yeah.
He says that there was a couple of lights he could see, and it was the ship itself was like a very, very dark black, and he said it was like a color that it was able to absorb light, which I don't really know what he meant by that, but he says it just seemed like
That's black.
that's okay. It was just like this type of black that he hasn't seen before. And again, it's just spinning like this, and they're loading onto these crates or these containers onto the ship. Meanwhile, these guys are like fucking with them, taking their weapons and everything. And then suddenly the ship just lifts like this and shoots like over the tree line. And he says it happened in like a split second. Like if you blinked, you wouldn't be able to see it. He said the acceleration of the ship was incomprehensible. It just lifted up and boom, not quick. And he said it went so fucking fast, and it just cleared like the tree line, but there was no motion. I mean, usually when
no, it didn't disturb the wind, or it didn't didn't create like sonic boom or anything like that.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And finally, the men in black decided to let those guys finally go. He later met up with another whistleblower years later, and that other whistleblower let him know that in those containers were people that this dark government, agency that's above the government that's sort of running these missions. That's what they're doing with this technology. They're human trafficking, drug trafficking, and whatever else.
And that's when I started seeing the key details of this thing. Like it had like a scale pattern on it, kind of like an octagonal, because the craft itself was like an octagonal shape where you could see points. It had like these vents on every single corner on the middle part of these the panels anyway. There was like a Vanta black. It was like a dark black that would like absorb light. But they had weapon cases in the back of each truck bed. And then they had a shipping container thing. I mean, it looked like a shipping container, but smaller and half the size. For years, I thought, okay, there's got to be oxygen supply or like a vacuum sealing thing that you would, because obviously I'm thinking it's drugs. I was like, okay, so this is a very advanced way to do that. Just years of thinking of this. Come to find out, when I gave my speech in D.C. on that Saturday for the Disclosure Project with Dr. Greer, this gentleman, I'm not going to give any detail. I know a little bit about him. He's aware of what was going on. He confirmed, he says, no, he's like, I don't want to leave Michael hanging out there, but I was not expecting to come and talk to you about this. And he says, there's not drugs that they're putting in these shipping containers. He says it's humans.
And that fucking story just it blew me away, dude. Like I thought it was, for some reason,
why wouldn't
it
they
sounded
just kill him?
believable.
Yeah, of course. I get that, but why would they just buy and then they don't have to worry about it? Like if that's really what they are doing, why would they let him live, kind of thing?
I know that's like the biggest problem with that story, isn't it?
And why the fuck are they trafficking people like that? You know what I mean? Like,
I know. I got sucked in.
Well, no, look,
It's a good story.
You don't have to become a true believer, so to speak, but it is interesting to hear about these things, and it is kind of intriguing. But again, I'm just it always just baffles me, why wouldn't they just Like even in the Men in Black, like why won't they just be like, boom, wipe your memory, Obi, bye.